He's a Nigerian from Ogun State, though he was born in the States, but he was raised here in Nigeria, and then he went back to the States to ply his trade. He's an artist, a presenter. He presents a show that plays basically Nigerian music in the States. And due to his experience in life, he started an NGO that is called Second Chance in Life. His name is Leroy Bami, also known as Mr.Flint, or aka Nigerian Diddy, if you like. Hi Leroy. We'll call you Leroy on this show today. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you join us.
Fine. I'll tell ladies to call me Lee.
Lee. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Like use Lee.
No, just Lee.
Just Lee.
Make it sound sexy.
All right, let's get to meet you.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. So, any questions you want to shoot?
Tell us a bit more about yourself.
Okay, I'm the first one of 5. Came from a how do you call it? A broken home. Raised my siblings, plus myself. Take care of myself. Had a car accident. Paralyzed. Woke up unconscious after 3 weeks. Couldn't move my arms. By the help of prayer, my mom and everything, I was able to move my upper body. You know, try to go through some depression modes, suicidal thoughts and all that stuff. But my mom kept on telling me, like, there might be a reason for you to be in a wheelchair. You know, like people always say, like, oh, get over it. I laugh at them. You can't tell a person to get over it if he was an active person. You know, one day I'm walking, next day I'm not walking. You know, next day I could do things for myself, the next day I can't do things for I gotta depend on people. So I went through that phase, started doing a lot of crazy things, you know, like yeah, let's go in a plane, jump out of the plane. You know. I mean, I was still testing my manhood, you know, it was like no challenge, like, and it started being exciting, started going skiing, air gliding, jet skiing, parasailing, and after a while, just like, wow, I gotta take this experience back home. And also, I had able cats, that things I was doing, they were like, man, I'm not trying to do that, you crazy, so I said, like, you know what, let me come back home and bring what I learned from the Western world and bring it back home. Because a lot of people go to the Western world, they don't bring it back home. Like, they come 2 weeks, 3 weeks, try to oppress the fellow man, and go back.
Okay, now, we'll get back to the car accident bit of it. But before the accident, what were you doing?
Before the accident, my father was ahead of his time. He had a music magazine called Music Master. I was a break dancer then, back in the days, you know. Had a singing group, but at that time the economy in Nigeria was going haywire. So those of us that thought we were smart ran out, thinking we were gonna get a better life. And you find out in the Western world, like, I got to people, I was the king here. When I got to the Western world, he hit me in the face, like, whoa. I can't call my friends and tell them this is what I'm going through. So I just have to take pictures like, yeah, I'm doing good, I'm chilling. You know, just fake it, you know, like majority of us do. So and I was going to work, middle of the day, it's called graveyard shift. Got hit by an 18-wheeler, left me on the scene, ran the red light.
Wow.
Woke up the next 3 weeks later.
3 weeks after.
And I'm like, people looking at me like, I'm like, yeah, what's going on, guys? Can you feel your legs? I'm like, what you talking about? I'm like, wow, this is it? You know, ask doctors typical questions. I know somebody might ask me this question, it's kind of funny, but one of the first questions I asked was like, does my manhood still work, doc? If not, I'm not worth living. So I'm just going to keep it like how we said in America 100. That was like one of the questions I had to ask him. And I saw a lot of things, like I was in a hospital. You see guys in a wheelchair, the woman's like, bye-bye. You know, so I had that. I had friends like, you're a liability. So, you know, like all these things go through being paralyzed, you know. So it was very sad. But after a while, I just like try to snap out of it. Like, you know what? Let me take this as a disadvantage and make it an advantage. You know, so I just been working hard. You know, sometimes it feels sad when I'm saying it because it shows you how cruel human beings are. It's like, it's really, really cruel. Even my father was like, he was ashamed of me. It took me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it's like, Dad, I forgave you. If I want to be blessed, I'm just going to do what I got to do. And only inspiration that I had was my mom. Even some of my siblings, just like, I got my own life to live. So,
wow.
I really don't want other people to go through the same tribulations that I go through. So I want to like show them like you could get over it a little bit, but you can't really get over it.
Totally.
Totally. So I just want to show them you could be independent. Like in the States, I have friends that's comedians in a wheelchair. I got a friend called Jim Cesario. He was my mentor. He runs a hospital program. I have friends that's rappers, journalists, work in the banks. So
in a
wheelchair, film production. So if I could bring what I learned from the Western world and bring it here, maybe we'll open the government eyes and the corporations like, I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm human too. So that's like the message that I'm human, regardless of the situation or anything. I breathe like you breathe, I sleep like you sleep, I eat like you eat. Just give me a chance. Yeah, feelings, give me a chance.
Yeah, Flint, Lee, we can call you Lee, but I can call you Flint as well.
You can call me Flint.
Okay.
You can call me Lee.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Now, Mr. Flint. Yeah. Let's go deep into this.
Yeah.
You live.
Yeah.
And you live in the United States of America.
Yeah.
And you don't just live like somebody that is disadvantaged. You live like a real man.
Yeah.
What does it take for a black man, for someone who is doing stuff? What does it take for you to live in the United States? And how easy is it?
Whoa! I didn't want you to ask that question, but if you want me to hear it, I'll give it to you.
Yes, please.
First, I'm black. Second, I'm African. So it's like, whoa, I'm getting hit left and right there. You know, few of us have a good life. Majority of us, we live paycheck to paycheck. If we don't get that paycheck, we're going to be homeless on the street straight up. So, what people show you on TV, it's called borrowed time. You're just flashing. You really don't have it. So, but as Nigerians, like I tell anybody, we're born straight up hustlers. So we try to hustle in the States. Only thing that is bad, if you don't have your papers, like we say in States, you're screwed. No way to live. You're gonna have to do jobs that you never thought about doing in Nigeria. And there's a lot of crazy jobs. I'm not even talking about, people talk about pushing drugs. Or everybody can't be a drug dealer. Everybody can't be a scammer. But there's certain things that you will lose your manhood if you're in the States. But you can't come back home.
Empty-handed.
Yeah. And I have friends that their parents died, they can't come back. So
it's really, really hard.
It's really hard. If you don't have the right papers, the right channels, my advice is
just stay home.
Stay home. Really stay home. It's not like I'm trying to scare you, but if you don't have the right papers, stay home. You don't want to be watching your back if somebody's going to pick you up and deport you the next day. Come on. It's not worth it.
Okay, getting to look at the fact that you do music, you're into presentation, and quite a number of other things. Do you want to tell us a bit about your presentation bit? How is presentation like? What do you actually do in the media? How do you project Nigeria?
I went to a round table one day. It's called 50cents.com, a round table, and I hope it doesn't air because we went at it. Because I was talking about Nigerian artists and there's certain things I did in my past that I wanted to bring back up, and I was like, I'm not interested in that. So I got a call. I'm going to 50. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm going to talk about Nigerian music, but they still not accepting Nigerian music. And when I see Nigerian artists, come like, oh, I've been to BET and all this stuff. I live in the States. I started when hip-hop was hip-hop in the States. And American are just straight up selfish. Nigerian music is praised in Europe and stuff, but you're not going to hear no Nigerian music on the airwaves.
Wow. Wow.
And as a matter of fact, you could do collabos or whatever. I'm not hearing that stuff in New York City. So to me, it's like, who are you trying to prove a point to? Until we make a stand ourselves, they're not going to make a stand for us. Like, we worship them. Why can't they worship us? They don't make 2 million, 3 million over there when they perform in Madison Square Garden. So why do we pay them that kind of money over here? We give them their lifestyle, but we don't understand that. We got stadiums. They got clubs.
Wow. Wow, this is like an eye-opener for me.
Yeah.
Because so much noise is made by Nigerian artists. They go out there. They give you the picture like they travel out and they conquer.
One thing I can say about Nigerians, we love our own and we brace our own.
True.
Like I talked to you about one of my dreams I'm trying to do to like make it aware. It's like BET is coming, but what is BET coming for? Are they trying to prove the standard of our music to get played or their station, or they want to come down here to steal what we have and make it theirs? There's a difference when you're coming down here to help us and let us be known worldwide, or just try to come milk our honey.
Take some from us.
Yeah.
Okay. I think these are issues we really need to consider.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's take a break. Leroy is also a presenter.
Yeah.
So let's go see him do his presentation thing. We'll be back after this break.